So, hello,
Oh,
Peter.
yeah.
So we are comprising of Filipino seekers, seekers from India, Mexico, Canada, US. So we are gathered here because we really want to meet you and learn more about the violet thing, the violet Tara. I
Good.
think the violet Tara is calling us. That's why we're all here today.
Okay. Okay, very good. It's good to see you all.
Good to see you too.
And we're gathered here by the grace of the Ascended Masters. That you've all been called for this, and also by the courtesy of Joanna, who's gathered everybody here. I know the Masters are working through you to bring about this meeting. I was visiting a friend and I was saying goodbye. Suddenly I saw Saint Germain standing right behind him in his etheric body. And he said, I want you to write about Violet Tara. And he gave me what's like a mind-to-mind transmission. Like I saw the whole book from beginning to end, what I was supposed to write. But of course, I didn't hear the words. That I had to do that myself. And that, took a couple of months to do that. And that became the first Violet Tara book, this book. And see, this actually taking the teachings of India and Tibet and incorporating them with the Western teachings of the I Am. And this is very important. It looks complicated, but it's actually very simple. Like the I Am teachings are not just decreeing to get what you want, you know what I mean? It's also understanding yourself and becoming a pure being, how to purify your mind, and also how to invoke the masters, not just by words, but by the visualization and mantra and your imagination. Imagination is God in action, creating things.
Wow.
So that book came out. Then, of course, more people wanted to talk to me about it. So I did a lot of Zoom sessions about Violet Tara, and those are recorded. All the talk about the people who started having experiences with Violet Tara, and so I decided to make a book out of all these people's stories and more discussion about Violet Tara. So that became the second book, which is this book.
Oh, okay.
So then I thought, why have two separate books? So I got the idea, combine them all into this new book. It's book 1 and 2. I Am Violet Tara, books 1 and 2. That's on Amazon. It's in Kindle. In fact, right now it's on sale. So anyway, and on the back, a very beautiful picture by Amareya of the I Am presence,
I Am presence.
So it may sound complicated, but it's really very simple. And probably many of you are doing this kind of practice already. Like, say you have a picture of Mother Mary, like this, and people pray to Mother Mary and they get results. But we don't know. Nobody was there thousands of years ago, did a painting of her. We don't know what she really looked like. The important thing is your love. Send love to a being, and that calls them forth, whether it's Mother Mary, Jesus, Saint Germain, or, Violet Tara. So they're all aspects of ourselves, because ultimately we are all the presence of God. We're all like drops from the same ocean. So Jesus and Mary are in that ocean, Violet Tara, so on. Now these, in Tibetan Buddhism, they talk about 21 Taras. These were not actual women that were born in Tibet. These are aspects of consciousness that they invoke. And like one represents maybe abundance, material abundance. And another one can be a wrathful one that scolds you if you're bad, I mean, the mother sometimes has to scold the child, like, don't play with fire, and I'm going to punish you if you do that again, because we don't want to burn the house down, So the goddess can be wrathful also. So half of these 21 Taras are wrathful, half are more peaceful. That's what the Tibetan Buddhists say, but they have their own kind of cosmology, or philosophy. So violet Tara is an aspect of consciousness, specifically forgiveness. Now, when you forgive somebody, it's not just them that is helped by that, it helps you. And we should all, during this time, be asking, is there somebody I need to forgive, maybe from a long time ago, like my parents or my grandfather or somebody that hurt us, that we carry that wound around with us. We need to look at that and forgive them. And, if you realize what made them do that painful thing, it's because somebody hurt them. Maybe I hurt them in a past life, then they hurt me in this life, So we need to forgive these people, and we need to ask for forgiveness. That doesn't mean get on the phone or write a letter. You just imagine that person in front of you and say, I'd like to clear this, and have what I call an inner talk. Like, you just imagine that you're like having a Zoom session with that person and say, I'd like to clear this with you. Is that okay? And then you feel better. So violet Tara represents this principle of forgiveness. And also the violet fire is called the fire of forgiveness. And see, violet in the rainbow, violet is toward the end of the spectrum, Starts out with like red, which is energy, power, then orange, yellow, green, blue, so on, violet, So that's as you ascend, there's more and more violet light, and violet purifies your aura. Violet is very healing also. So one of the best things you can do for the earth is send that violet light out. And maybe you don't see it. I found many, many people are seeing it, especially women seem to see it more easily. They're more maybe sensitive to the light quality, And sometimes I see it powerfully, other times I don't, It just depends. Last week I was talking to Violet Tara and I said, I haven't had any proof of you for a long time. Are you still there? I was saying, are you there? So I was walking around, there's a field here. I was walking around and I imagined that the earth was in the middle of the field and I was making a big circle, and I held my hands up and said, I am sending violet light to the earth. And I was chanting the compassion mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum. But then I switched also then to Om Tare Tu Tare Tare Swaha, And my hands, I put this in the Violet Tara Facebook page, they started glowing with violet light, especially the fingernails. I went, wow, what is that? Then I turned my hand, the violet light was coming out of my hand. But you see, what I was doing was trying to help the earth. It's not just, I want to see violet light. I was sending this to the earth, and because of that, then they gave me this experience, or Violet Tara gave me this experience. Now, you could think of Violet Tara as Saint Germain's twin ray. I mean, there are a lot of theories about who Saint Germain's twin ray is. She can do many things, like you can be CEO of a company, and you can be a mother or a father, or you can still be something else. So whoever Saint Germain's twin ray is, she manifests also as Violet Tara.
So anyone who wants to ask a question, they can raise their hand. Okay, Mataji.
Pranam, Peter. I would like to begin by saying thank you so much for all the work that you have done in the world, for the choices that you have done in your life, for the contributions that you have done, the books that you have written. It took a lot, and you've been through a lot of purification, a lot of life-changing experiences and very important choices that you have made, and thus gained the love of so many masters. So first and foremost, I want to extend my gratitude
Thank you.
and God's blessings to you and your family and your lineage and your ancestors, etc., etc.
Thank you.
So I just would like to ask maybe a very practical question that people could use in everyday life. How can they use the violet flame every single day of their lives? When do they use it? How often? And what does it really do? What does it do when they envelope themselves with violet light and their families? And what does it do when they do that to the planet? At the same time, to create a significant change in the planet, how many people do you think are required to do the violet flame invocation?
Even if one person did it in God consciousness to change the earth. What the masters tell me, don't think that you're not important. You know, I'm sitting here alone in this room, and don't think I'm way out here far away from humanity. You are everywhere. So when you meditate and then you say with great love, you invoke the violet fire, violet Tara, that is doing good for the whole world, because the masters amplify that. You know, they can only interfere so much. They need people on the earth to call them into action, then they can interfere more. So that violet light dissolves negative thought forms like anger, fear, jealousy, greed, all those things. It burns that up. It also purifies. When you send that out, say you're sending that to Ukraine, I want violet fire to blaze through Ukraine. It goes through you first. So it purifies your aura, it purifies your energy, it helps your health even. So first thing in the morning and last thing at night, I do 108 repetitions of violet Tara, you know, the violet Tara mantra. Sometimes I do the Sanskrit, Om Tare Tutare Ture Swaha. Other times I do, I am Tara of violet fire. I am the purity God desires. And boy, then I have great sleep. I go out and it's fantastic, you know? Or if I go into town, I'm sitting in a cafe, I call on violet Tara to blaze through the town of Mount Shasta, or to blaze through this cafe. You know, so it's helping people, even they don't know it. Maybe they went in, they were depressed, and oh, now they feel good. Why do I feel good all of a sudden? They don't know it was you sitting in the corner. The more love you feel, the more you put devotion and love into it, the more real it becomes. And then sometimes people maybe even make a gesture, you know, like maybe violet fire blaze through here, dissolve and consume anything less than perfection. I am invoking the violet consuming, you know, or I am violet light going forth. That, you know, if you stand up, you don't maybe want to do it in public, but you can stand in your room. I am the presence of violet Tara, sending the violet fire wherever needed. You know, boom. Then it goes. So you know, it's like you think it mentally, you feel it in your heart, you say the mantra and you make the gesture. Then you're bringing all these, you know, they say mantra, mudra, visualization. The more you do, the more powerful it becomes.